Alright, what up you guys? It's your boy Zeiler, and we're checking in for a brand new implementation. A brand new installment here on the channel, as we do a little voiceover over this leg footage. I'm going to let it kind of roll out, not discuss it too much, pretty self-explanatory. Very difficult leg session. I was sore for quite a few days after the fact, and I really think I got everything out of it that I was hoping for. Keep in mind that a lot of sets were not filmed. None of my hamstring movements, my calf movements. I even trained abs on this day. But in terms of like squats, I got under 225, 275, and even 185 for prolonged sets where it was a basis of time under tension. And I was limited with my SD card memory, so I didn't want to have like 2.5 minute sets taking up my memory of my SD card. I wanted to make sure I could film some leg presses and hack squats. So the footage you guys are seeing is just the base of the leg session itself. Anyways, this video is primarily to update you guys on some stuff, to talk about this third cycle that I have already started. In fact, it's been 2 weeks already that I've been on cycle, all right? And I just want to talk about some of the effects and how I'm feeling, how training has differed, how eating has differed, and stuff like that. So, my previous 2 cycles, they were not what you would call aggressive by most standards, okay? I did very limited amounts of compounds, and just the dosages were very low. I mean, they were the minimal. That's the best way to put it. This time around, things are much more aggressive. The dosages are still not extreme. They're still not that high. I'm not going to give you guys the exact details, but I have a few more compounds implemented, and one of these compounds is basically one of the most aggressive compounds known in bodybuilding, okay? And I was told that I would start feeling the effects on days 3 and 4, or basically close to a week even. That is when you would feel the full effects of this compound. And I have to say at week 1, I definitely was feeling it. And days 3 and 4 even, I started to experience some of the quote-unquote side effects of this compound. So, one of the hardest things I've experienced so far, one of the hardest side effects that I have experienced has been mainly the insomnia. And keep in mind, I'm a person that experiences a difficulty with falling asleep to begin with. It wasn't until, 2 years ago that I tried marijuana for the first time. And, you know, in the past, I have abused things like ZQuil and things like melatonin just to fall asleep at night. And it wasn't until, you know, I tried smoking the ganj, which it is legal here in Michigan, keep in mind, you guys out there. But if I take a hit or two before bed, I sleep in such a way where it's like profound compared to how I normally sleep. I have great dreams, and I wake up feeling very well rested as a result of marijuana. But even doing that protocol before bed right now, starting on day 3 and day 4 of this cycle, I've still been experiencing such horrible insomnia. And I do not want to become reliant on anything like ZQuil again, or even melatonin or sleeping pills. It's just something I feel like I'm going to have to deal with. A lot of people talk about this and their experiences with this compound, that it can cause insomnia and even night sweats. And it was not until literally last night that my wife woke me up, actually, because I had soaked our entire bed. I had gotten her entire body all sweaty too from just having those night sweats. That was the first time I've had one, though, which is interesting, because I have had them in the past, but I'm hoping that's not going to be too excessive. I had to go and get a bath towel and lay it on my bed in order to fall back asleep, and it's just kind of frustrating. It's not that big of a deal, though. So, Another small side effect I guess I've noticed has been acne, just a little bit of acne. And I'm not extremely, I mean, you can kind of see it on camera. You can't really, but in my chest area and stuff, I have little breakouts now. And I've always been very diligent about cleaning myself and having a good skin care routine, I guess I would call it. But just taking care of my skin. So it can be a little bit frustrating to have these spots come out of nowhere. And they actually are coming in places that I've never had zits before. Like in my inner thighs, on my oblique and stuff. It's kind of rare and weird for me to experience that. But that's just one more small side effect I've experienced. In the past like 2 months, I have gotten so ridiculously hairy. And I'm saying in the past 2 months because this was before I started this cycle too. But even in the past 2 weeks, I've got shoulder hair coming in and my chest hair. I've never had hair like this ever in my life. I'm not going to complain about it too much. My wife really likes it. She says it's kind of like Zac Efron or whatever. Because it's not like too thick or anything. It's very complimentary of the abs and the chest and stuff and the physique itself. So, I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. It's just so interesting that out of nowhere, so much of this hair just, it's like I went through puberty or something. So that's something else I've noticed. One thing I've been warned of, and out of all the research, going on the forums, going on YouTube, watching testimonials, and just talking to people that have been around this block, one thing people warned me of was the aggressiveness that can come as a result of all of this. And so I don't know if I've just prepared myself and readied myself so well, but I really have not had an overwhelming amount of aggressiveness or coldness towards the entire world and stuff. And, you know, so many people have warned me of that. And it's weird because I've told a few friends this, that the only time I feel this hidden aggressiveness is when I'm actually in the gym. And what I'm finding is that I don't have to psych myself up before going into a set. I don't have to find that verse of a specific Eminem song. I don't have to call upon a specific memory to get myself into a psychopathic mode to get the most out of a set. Right now, the only thing I have to do is tell myself it's time to flip a switch. And it just happens. That aggressiveness, it's like I snap my fingers and it's just there. I can be in the middle of a set and think to myself, I want to fuck this weight up. And it just happens. Whether it's deadlifting, squats, curls, anything, calves. And that's amazing to me. I love having that utility available to me because it's less taxing on my central nervous system, where it's like I have to get myself so emotional to where there's tears in my eyes, and it's just like I have to go so crazy before doing a heavy set of squats or whatever, whereas now I can remain relatively calm and just destroy the weight. It's a hard thing to explain, but it's new to me, and I'm really enjoying it so far. But ultimately I'm surprised because I've been told by so many different sources that the side effects are going to be very, very aggressive. And, you know, so far I haven't experienced anything, quote unquote, to the extreme. I feel like I'm handling it very well. I feel like mentally I'm in one of the strongest places possible. Bella? But yeah, I mean, there's little things like driving and stuff. You get irritated. Someone doesn't use a blinker, and, you know, I'll find myself cussing before even thinking about it. Really analyzing the situation, like, does this really matter? So, like, my fuse in general might be a little bit shorter, and I have such a long-ass fuse to begin with. But that's really it in terms of the sides and stuff. I mean, I have to update you guys because things can change. It's only been 2 weeks. We're into week 3, and stuff is going to change. So I'm going to keep you guys posted, update you guys as the weeks go by and as things change, feelings change. my strength has already been going up again, which is, I'm not even necessarily training for strength right now, and I'm just grabbing weights and they're getting lighter and lighter. But yeah, you guys, I just wanted to do a quick little voiceover, a quick little update for all of you on how things are going. So that's really it for now. I hope you guys are all doing amazing. This is Zeiler. I love you all so much. Peace out. Bye.